Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here at Full Throttle. Thank you very much for tuning in on today's episode. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and be sure to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy today's episode. But as you've seen from the thumbnail and the title, we're going to be working on the A250 today with some more upgrades. So today we'll be taking a look at the AMG Canards, as they're referred to, or rear vents. So we'll be upgrading from the standard vent on the AMG package to the full AMG vent. So we'll go over to the workbench here now. All right guys, here we are. We have the OEM AMG vents. So we have the part number here. Hopefully that will pop up on the camera if it will focus. There we go. Looks like A17788830300. That's the right hand one. And there are 3 pieces to the assembly. I do already have some of them put together. And then there is the left-hand one, of course. So I'm just gonna real quick head over to the car and show you guys what we're talking about. So what we're looking at is these right here. So this is the A250. So this will work on all of the W177s. It doesn't matter which Pacific model you have, even if you have the AMG A35 or AMG A45 without the Aero package. So basically that's what we're upgrading, is these vents to the Aero package. And you see we have the same exact vent on the passenger side as well. So what we're looking to do is upgrade these. It's going to be a very quick process. Basically everything is going to click into the OEM housing right onto the bumper. Other than that, we have some double-sided 3M tape, and they do provide a set of rivets as well. Now, in my opinion, you're definitely more than welcome to use in your installation, but we're not going to be going that route today, and I'll show you why and my opinion on that in a little bit, so be sure to stay tuned. All right guys, so very first step are to remove these push pins. I do recommend having a set of these universal panel clips. They're very cheap off eBay, AliExpress, anything like that. I'll leave a link down in the description below. They come in handy quite often. Basically, we're gonna put that in behind the push clip. At this point, we can now pull it straight out. If you don't have a set of these, you can also use a flathead screwdriver or even like a little pry bar, but these are definitely recommended. Makes the job much easier. At that point, we can set that clip aside, repeat the process on the upper push clip. If you do wish to, you can remove the tire as well. It will give you a bit more room, but really it's unnecessary. It definitely would be helpful, but you can get away without doing so. So there's the second clip there. At this point, you'll be able to pull back the wheel liner without causing any damage to anything. And it's quite hard to see with the wheel installed. I won't really be able to get the camera in there. But basically, you're just gonna put your hand in the back, feel around in there. You'll be able to feel the top clip. And basically, you're gonna wanna push that out. There's also one on the bottom. It is a bit finicky. If you want, like I said, if you pull that wheel off, it will give you a lot more room. Just like that. At that point, the OEM vent will come right out. And then of course, as you see, we have the OEM bracket style right there. So this is gonna push into the bumper. Now, basically from design, they want you to drill the hole there at the bottom and the top of the bracket and insert those rivets. In my opinion, I don't wanna drill up a brand new car, especially the rear bumper, if we don't have to. I know a lot of guys have installed these without using anything other than the OEM clips, and then using the double-sided tape for the cover, not using any rivets at all. For me, I want a little bit more protection than that, but at the same time, I don't want to do any irreversible damage. So we will be using a tiny bit of automotive grade sealant, or adhesive sealant is what it's known as. I've used this stuff a lot of times and it's fantastic. You can pick this up pretty well anywhere. It's just automotive grade adhesive sealant. So we're going to do a little bit of a dab on each end just for extra security, and then we'll use the clips, of course, in the rear bumper. So let's get that set up and get these installed. All right guys, so you don't want to use a microfiber cloth and a little bit of alcohol, rubbing alcohol. I've used this in many of my other episodes, so you should have some of this on hand. But if you don't, be sure to pick some of it up. It's a very easy cleaner to use, and it's relatively cheap as well. So you're gonna want to use something to clean this area where we will be using double-sided tape. You want a good adhesion bond. So at this point, we're gonna be ready to remove the backing of the double-sided tape. We won't be using and drilling holes up through the bumper. I don't want to do any irreversible damage to the rear bumper on this A-Class. What we're going to use instead is a little bit of automotive grade sealant. Now, if you don't have any of this and you don't want to go this route, I know many people do install these without using rivets or any adhesive sealant, but for me, I want that little bit of extra protection on there. So all we're going to do is add some of the sealant right to the mount where it's going to meet up to the body of the vehicle. You don't need a lot. It's actually quite strong. I'm just going to make sure I have enough that it's actually going to reach the bumper. I'm going to repeat this process on the top side. And if any of this does squeeze out to a location you can see, just take your microfiber cloth and you can even damp it if you want to and remove any excess. At this point, we're going to line up as best we can without touching the double-sided tape. We're going to push that all the way in. Once that's all the way in, we can then push it onto the vehicle. And you want to hold and press firmly for about 30 seconds. And we should be good there now. That's all nice and tight, and the double-sided tape has stuck. We will hit that with a little bit more heat just where it is cold here. And as you can see, we do have some excess sealant popped out there. That's a good sign. That means we've made good contact with the bumper, and we'll come back in a little bit and wipe that right off. All right, guys, so once you have the protective film removed, a little tedious there, all you're gonna do is line everything up with the outer edge first. Try to make sure you have everything even there. Whatever option or route you decide to go, you do want to ensure you do reinstall all of your hardware. So the 3 or 4 push pins that you remove. So there's one at the very bottom. You want to push in the main larger outer housing all the way in. Then you're going to go back and push in the smaller push pin itself. So once that's all the way in, everything's in place, push it in. Repeat that process on the other 3. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It's that simple to install these. It's not a lot of work. You don't need a lot of tools. Pretty well everything that comes with them is all you're going to need, unless you would like to go the same route that we've gone and used a bit of silicone adhesive. Otherwise, they're very simple. They're direct bolt-on or direct clip-on, I guess. And all you need to do is remove some push pins in the wheel well. So it's very simple, guys. You should be able to do the full install right and left hand side in under 30 minutes. How much better can you ask for a fantastic upgrade like that? I find it makes the car appearance and the lines much more aggressive, and of course that's why AMG has designed them that way. This is part of the AMG Aero package on the A35 and A45 W177s, and I don't know, guys, you be the judge, but in my opinion they look fantastic, and especially for the price point you can't beat it either. So like I said, all the products used today, I'll leave the links down in the description below. Check those out. If you do have any comments, let me know as well what you guys think of these. If you think they're a good addition, or maybe if you just like the stock bumper by itself, leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Otherwise, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. I greatly appreciate you guys' support as always. And until next time, you guys know what to do. Keep red full throttle.